All right, so today we're going to talk about the top 10 retail stocks that were bought up by us, but I'm going to take a little bit of a different look this time around than we normally do. There are some monster surprise stocks on this list that have come up the ranks, and honestly, guys, I can't figure out why, so maybe you guys can help me out. And with the market being on this amazing run, let's see exactly how the performance has been for these top 10 stocks. Have we made a lot of money or not? So let's see how far they've run, and let's talk about how good or bad these stocks are. All the goods, all the bads, everything. We're going to cover it all, and we're covering it from a long-term buy and hold investor's perspective. No trading here, guys. Just make sure you like the video if you like getting the truth without the hype, because that's exactly what you're going to get today. Sorry, no to the moon things, no, ridiculous, 5,000 PE is no big deal. That market always pays that for stocks or anything else like that. Not getting any of that here today, guys. You guys are getting the truth. Now, remember, these are not my stock picks, guys. This is not Luke's top 10 list. It's nothing like that. This is the top 10 stocks that retail investors have been buying over the past month there, which, of course, we've seen this incredible run here the past couple of weeks. So let's take a look at, hey, how much money did we make on our buys this time around as retail investors? And we'll also discuss the goods, the bads, whether I like the pricing, don't like the pricing, everything else involved with these stocks. We'll talk about that too. Oh no, wait, what? The retirement savings crisis. Why more Americans can't afford to stop working. The retirement savings cliff. The number of Americans in the labor market over the age of 75 is expected to nearly double over the next decade. Democrats and Republicans finally agree on something. America faces a retirement crisis. Why you will never retire. All right, I have no idea what happened there, but let's jump into the first stock. So number 10 is AMC. This stock is up over 10% in the past month, so it's had a nice run there over the past month or so. But you guys know, for me, this is absolutely a dump it style stock. I mean, if that's all you're going to get is 10% on all the ridiculousness that's been going on the past couple of weeks here in regards to the stock market, in regards to the run. I know myself personally, I've got a lot of other stocks that have run up a lot more than that over the past month. But hey, everybody keeps holding out for this ultimate squeeze. I don't think it's going to happen. I have no interest in owning this stock until the business fundamentals not just improve a little bit, until they improve a lot. And until the film industry kind of figures out how to put out great movies consistently like they used to, the AMC is just not good. I don't like the way the management team works. I haven't been impressed by their performance at all. And of course, they are dependent upon whatever the heck they're going to pump out there in regards to movies. And none of it has been impressive the past 4 or 5 years or so. So for me, for right now, there's just nothing there in regards to the stock. So I'm staying far, far away from it. And that takes us to number 9, which is GameStop. Now, this one's actually up almost 20% over the past month. So it's had, twice the run that AMC has had. So obviously, there's still a lot of believers there in stock. Again, for me, don't like it. Don't like the business model. I think it's a dying business model. Again, kind of like movies. There hasn't really been a whole heck of a lot of those game-changing games that have come out. Obviously, I'm not saying there hasn't been any good games, just like I'm not saying there hasn't been any good movies either put out there. But overall, just like movies, the gaming industry is kind of in a lull. It's kind of in a sag. What's next? What is the future of gaming going to look like? A lot of those things are kind of in flux right now. But more importantly, I don't know. It's just like every other retail business. GameStops are in the malls or just outside in shopping centers. And if you haven't been tracking the way that's going lately, it's not going well for those particular tracks and that particular shopping experience. Somebody wants more. The people want more, something different. And unfortunately, GameStop doesn't give it to you. So for me, I'm staying far, far away from it. This is another one of those ridiculous trader type things. Cool. Might very well be a trade there. Same thing with AMC. I have no idea. I don't play those games, so I'm staying far, far away from it. So stock number 8 is Meta. Now, looking at Meta's performance, it's actually like both of those. It's actually flat over the past month. Now, having said that, it had an incredible run prior to coming into this last month here, so it hasn't really caught the wave like a lot of these other stocks have. It seems to me like they're more small cap, mid caps, or just very, very trader friendly stocks that go way up and then come way down and go way up and come way down. Obviously Meta at one point in time, 2022, had that moment in time, but generally speaking, it's a mega cap stock. It doesn't move like that. There's really one mega cap stock that moves like that. We'll see if it made this list or not, but outside of that one, the rest of the mega caps don't move like that. So nothing surprising there. I know it. I like it. I like long term. Definitely a pump it for me. It's not crazy overvalued or anything like that. Like we're seeing a lot of other stocks right now. So Meta's a great company all the way around. Definitely one I would say pump it. So stock number 7 is Disney. Now this one's up 4% over the past month, which honestly isn't that bad, especially for a stock like Disney. It's coming off those highs, obviously. But you got to remember, if you're looking at Disney stock, they have business problems and they're not easy problems to solve. It's going to take, a significant length of time. We're talking years here, not a few months, a few years to solve a lot of these problems. So it's something that when you're understanding and owning the stock, you're really betting on that future and them being able to figure it out and turn the business around. You're not really betting on performance that's going to come in the next quarter or two. So kind of keep that in mind whenever you own Disney. So for me, it's I own a little bit of it. It's a little bit of a pump it, but it's very, very caution because it is a turnaround play and they're right in the middle of that. They're not on the tail end of that. We haven't seen some big things come to fruition yet or anything else like that. So you got to understand the risk there and definitely take caution. So stock number 6 is Microsoft. And just like its mega cap brother Meta, it's been flat. And that shouldn't be surprising at all. It's had a nice run this year. Again, it's a mega cap stock, so it's just not going to move like a lot of the other stocks are that are on this list, or a lot of our favorites that didn't make the list. I don't know, guys. Don't look at me. I'm not I know what I was buying. I don't know what the heck the rest of you guys were buying, but I know what I was buying. So it's definitely a great stock. Definitely a pump it for me. Valuation is a touch stretched. It's not crazy ridiculous though, or anything else like that. So use a little bit of caution when you're looking at it from a valuation perspective as well. But definitely a great company, great stock. There's no doubt in my mind 5 years from now, it's going to be a much bigger, much better company 5 years from now than it is today. So definitely a pump it for me. So stock number 5 is NVIDIA. Now this one is kind of bucking the trend per se. It's up 6% over the past month, and that's just been NVIDIA really for the past couple of years. It doesn't matter how well the rest of the Magnificent Seven has performed. NVIDIA just goes, yeah, here, hold my beer, and they just outperform all of it. Incredible earnings after incredible earnings. Obviously, they can't keep up that pace forever there, but the demand is still massive for what they're doing. There is no other competitor. There's people trying to get there right now, but for right now, they got the biggest and the best companies in the world who have billions of dollars to spend are spending it with NVIDIA. And, like we've talked about for a while here, I didn't see that happening or stopping for the next year, and I see no reason why I would stop it now. So definitely a pump it there. Make sure you're checking that valuation, though. It does tend to trade rich at times. So make sure you're doing your valuation, doing your due diligence, so that way you find a good entry point there. But it's a great company, great stock. I have no issues with the stock whatsoever. So stock number 4 is Amazon. Now, this one's really bucking the trend, being up 10% over the past month. And again, it's Amazon, guys. I don't know why people doubt Amazon. I don't know why folks tend to just kind of come in and out of favor with this stock. I have no idea. We've gotten some pretty good pricing on it earlier on in the year here, but obviously it's been on a great run. It's a great company. Valuation is, of course, a little bit stretched, but with Amazon, it's always a little bit stretched. It just kind of seems like that's the way it trades. So use caution right here because it's definitely stretched in terms of a valuation perspective, but great company, no doubt in my mind. It's going to be a much larger company 5 years from now than it is today. There is nothing stopping this beast. Matter of fact, they just continue to gobble up and eliminate competition no matter what they're choosing to get out there and jump into. And they're working on more and more things in the background. They put more money back into the business than any of the other Magnificent Seven does from kind of a percentage perspective there, which of course hurts the profitability and the profit numbers a little bit. But when you understand they're just trying to expand further and further and further and further, and there's a payoff on the back end there, you'll start to understand how this company moves, and it makes it very, very easy to buy this company. More importantly, hold this company when you don't see it go anywhere for a little while because you understand what's going on underneath the hood there. So definitely a pump it for me. So stock number 3 is Apple. Well, we got our first down one here. It's down 3%, and we've been talking about it here for, gosh, a while now, especially once everybody kind of got over themselves at the beginning of the year thinking Apple was dead. It's definitely been trading rich. There's no doubt about it. So the fact that it's down only 3%, I'm surprised it's not more actually. So I'm still cautious with this because it is still trading rich. It is not cheap by any stretch of the imagination for Apple stock, despite it trading down over the past month. So definitely a pump it for me, but a big caution there because valuation is stretched. And those are just facts, guys. I'm just here to bring you guys the truth without the hype. Those are facts. It's my favorite stock, but I can't say it's not overvalued right now. And unfortunately, that's the reality of the situation. So stock number 2 is Ford. A big jump for Ford here up to number 2, but it's traded flat for the past month. So it has not enjoyed this run. And I don't understand why the heck I'm even looking at Ford right now, why it's even on our list. We kind of wonder why a lot of times, Wall Streeters or big hedge funds or, other folks will get on there and kind of bash retail investors a little bit for us not knowing what we're doing or not understanding or whatever the case is. And this is one of the reasons why, because instead of buying Ford and having Ford be number 2 on the list, why the heck was Palantir not on the list? Why the heck was a lot of other favorites not on this list at all? Not even making the top 10. I mean, heck, just look at the run on Palantir just since earnings. I mean, it's been unbelievable. It's been an incredible month for all of us Palantir shareholders. By the way, congratulations out there, those of you guys who, for some reason, don't fall into the trap of buy high, sell low, like a lot of folks in my comment section apparently think you should do. But instead, we're buying whenever the valuation made reasonable sense all along the journey this year. You guys were able to pick up shares on the cheap and continue to add and continue to build out those positions, not play those games of trying to sell and guess when the top is. And I can tell you how many folks, got out at 30 because it was guaranteed to go down, and then out of 40 because it was guaranteed to go down. And I don't know, guys, don't play those games. But nonetheless, we got Ford here. For me, this is a dump. I don't understand it. I've never understood our fascination with that particular stock. Again, maybe there's a trade there. I don't know. So it's definitely a dump it for me. All right. So on to number 1, and that would be Tesla. And this one is up 50%, which I don't know. We should just call it the Tesla norm at this stage. I mean, the moves in Tesla make absolutely no sense. You guys know, as a long-term buy and hold investor, I've been a shareholder in this company for a long time. It's a great stock, but like every single time, no other stock moves like Tesla. And right now we're at one of those times where, for me, I'm going to call it a pump it, but it is severely overvalued right now at this stage. Not 2021 overvalued or anything like that. So please don't go jumping down that conclusion there. But is it overvalued? Absolutely it is. And it's not something I was loving my shares, by the way. For some reason, I'm a bear if I don't buy it at 350, but instead I buy it at 150 or 140 the way we bought, or 169 the way we bought earlier on this year. So I don't know, that logic, I guess. Who knows? But nonetheless, it is really stretched from a valuation perspective right now. Although I'm excited that Elon gave us some great guidance. I guess it wasn't formal guidance, but he seemed pretty definitive. We're going to see growth kick back in next year, which is huge. Obviously, whatever the heck the next model is going to be coming in the second quarter of next year is another big catalyst for the stock as well, because there's going to be actual revenue and then actual profits drawing down there, not speculation into the future or any of those other things like that. Those to me are all years off. But we've gotten stretched once again with Tesla, because this is what it does. Part of the ride with Tesla, it's going to get stretched. So for me, it's definitely a pump it, but you got to use caution when you're looking at this stock. And if you want to understand valuation and know exactly how to know when to buy these particular stocks, or at least know when they're overvalued and undervalued, and then kind of set a plan accordingly, you want to take 5 courses for free, get free coaching, be a part of the best 6, 7, and 8-figure Discord out there, get my buy and sell alerts in real time, get my complete watch list with price targets, and so much more. Check out the pinned comment, see if a membership for my group's right for you. And click this video here if you want to see exactly what I'm buying in this market. And click here to see my exact plan for this market. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.